was a toddler, she would wander through the world, pointing at things. That, she would say, that. She was questioning her way to greater knowledge. She was forcing us to answer her question, to tell her vocabulary. She was questioning her way to better connect with the world around her. From a toddler, that is a question in its purest form. The answer to you, to me, almost irrelevant. The fact that the answer is a car, a microphone, a laptop. We know that, don't we? It doesn't matter. But the beauty in that situation is the question, not the answer. And that's because when it comes to questions, context is everything. It was the 18th century French philosopher Voltaire who said, "Judge a man by his questions." And over the next 10 minutes, I hope to show you how right he was. I've spent much of my career asking questions. Working in the field of market research, I've designed feedback, conducted surveys, interviewed many people, trying to understand the world and work out what is happening. But if I take you back to my daughter, somewhere as we grow older, things change. The toddler starts off asking questions. As we progress into education, we start to focus more and more on the answer. Indeed, the question starts to no longer be questioned. As we reach sort of secondary school, we start chasing exam results. We don't think about the question at all. All we want to do is come up with the answer that is required to get me the grade I want. The question is no longer questioned, and the question is something that is set by someone else. In that scenario, we're not thinking enough about the question. And we bring this into our adult lives, and we bring a belief that for any question, there is a correct answer. Maybe there's only one absolute correct answer, but actually, life's rarely like that. So I say, let's get back to the basics of infanthood and rediscover your childlike curiosity. Questions are all around, and of course, answers matter. But in day-to-day life, questions matter even more. The questions of discovery are the beautiful questions, and they can never be used too much. They forge connection. They help us empathize. They help us get to know people. They help us understand why things are as they are. If you're on a first date, you will be far more successful if you ask somebody about themselves rather than tell them about you. Okay? Ask more and tell less. Questions like, how did it feel when? How was that? How was school today? What do you feel about that? Tell me some more. These questions can never be used too much. They're great, great questions. But not all questions are good. Some questions are bad, some are even worse. We've all heard that question, does my bum look big in this? That is not a question. That is a statement. And it tells you so much about the emotional state, the fragility, the self-esteem of the person asking that question. That is a question to sidestep. Do not answer it. Yeah, some of you have been there. Yeah. That question is a trap. But let me explain why it's a trap. First of all, it's a trap because it presents the options as a simple binary choice. It makes you think it's a very simple thing to answer because it's trying to get you to say yes or no. But of course, life is rarely that simple. Should we go to the cinema on Friday? Yes, we all agree. Let's go to the cinema on Friday. Well, let's see what's on first. We agree, we'll go to the cinema. But then, having answered that question, we then have to confront the second question. We have to confront the real question, and the real question is, what's on, and do we really want to see them? Maybe when we see that the options are a romantic comedy, a kid's cartoon, or perhaps a foreign language film with subtitles, maybe we won't fancy it. Maybe no, let's not go to the cinema on Friday. The second question is the real question. The second question is the information in a more complete situation. We answer the second question. Often with the second question, we go back and change the first question. We don't like the options at the cinema, so no, let's not go to the cinema on Friday. These questions that offer a kind of seemingly simple choice, a binary choice of yes, no, they're further compounded by several other things. First of all, the yes-no option, in my experience, hides a multitude of complexity. Offering a simple yes-no choice simplifies something that is more complicated. Does my bum look big in this? Neither yes or no. This is way too complicated to consider in a binary form. And the other problem with the yes-no question is that yes can mean so many things. There is the emphatic yes, then there is the more regular yes, and then there is the yes, but with a but coming, and then there is the no, not really. So it's just not that straightforward. Childlike curiosity is good for us all. Why is that happening? How did that happen? Why do they feel that? Why is he saying that? And these questions can never be used too much. But as you use questions going through life, be careful with your language. Small changes can have a big impact. Let me give you an example. Your child comes home from school, and of course you want to know how their day went. So a great question would be, how was school today? How was maths today? Good question. But you're a parent who really wants them to do well in maths. You know it's important to be good at maths. So you open your mouth, and the words that actually come out are, I bet maths was good today. You've made a subtle shift from how was maths today to I bet maths was good today. You've gone from a question to a statement. And your statement has completely closed the dialogue. And not only has it closed the dialogue, you've told your child what you want to hear. You've told them you want to hear that maths was good today. But the world might not be like that. Ask more and tell less. So please, as you go through life, ask lots of questions. Never stop exploring. But make sure you discover your childlike curiosity, okay? Find that childlike curiosity. Ask those questions to connect with the community, to connect with the world around you, and to empathise with your community. Unlearn a desire that there is a correct answer to every question. The world just isn't like that. And never ever trust a yes-no question. But above all, for every question that you hear, ask yourself, what does that question say of the person who is asking it? Because that is the true art of asking questions. Thank you.